For centuries, one of humanity's most enduring mysteries has been this: when and how did the first humans arrive in North America? It is a question that has fueled debate across generations of scientists, archaeologists, and historians. And while that debate continues, a remarkable discovery in the high desert of Oregon is reshaping everything we thought we knew. In central Oregon, within a rugged volcanic landscape, lies a modest rock shelter known as Rimrock Draw rock shelter. What appears at first glance to be an unassuming shallow cave has now emerged as the oldest known human-occupied site in North America, pushing the timeline of settlement back thousands of years. Archaeological work at Rimrock Draw began in 2011, just outside the small town of Riley. Surface artifacts had long hinted that the site held ancient secrets, but it was only when researchers excavated deeper that its true importance became clear. The project, led by archaeologists from the University of Oregon Museum of Natural and Cultural History, employed cutting-edge excavation techniques designed to preserve even the most fragile evidence of early human activity. What they uncovered was extraordinary. The shelter contained animal remains, finely crafted stone tools, and weapons made from non-local materials. Clear signs of deliberate human presence rather than natural accumulation. For decades, scholars believe that the earliest people in the Americas belonged to the Clovis culture, arriving around 13,000 years ago after crossing from Siberia via the Bering Land Bridge. According to this theory, they migrated south through an ice-free corridor between massive continental ice sheets. But newer research has steadily dismantled this narrative. Geological evidence shows that the corridor did not fully open until about 11,000 to 12,000 years ago. And even then, it remained inhospitable for centuries. That timeline simply does not align with mounting archaeological discoveries. Earlier sites such as Meadowcroft Rock Shelter and Cooper's Ferry, both dated to roughly 16,000 years ago, had already suggested humans were present well before the corridor existed. These findings strengthened the Kelp Highway hypothesis, the idea that early peoples traveled south by boat along the Pacific coastline, relying on rich marine ecosystems. Then Rimrock Draw changed everything. The site's first major breakthrough came with the discovery of fragmented camel teeth and jaw bones. While camels are often associated with deserts in Africa and Asia, they actually evolved in North America before migrating abroad and later going extinct on this continent. The remains found at Rimrock Draw belong to Camelops hestinus, a massive Ice Age camel standing nearly 7 feet tall and weighing close to 1,800 pounds. These were not the remains of an animal that wandered in and died. Cut marks on the bones, combined with nearby stone tools, indicate deliberate hunting and butchering by humans. Even more telling was where the remains were found, beneath a thick layer of volcanic ash. In archaeology, volcanic ash is a gift. Each eruption leaves behind ash with a unique chemical signature, allowing scientists to identify exactly when it was deposited. This layer came not from a 1980 eruption, but from a massive ancient eruption of Mount St. Helens that occurred more than 15,600 years ago. Anything sealed beneath it must be older. Radiocarbon dating of the camel tooth enamel delivered a stunning result, approximately 18,250 years before present. In scientific terms, before present is standardized to the year 1950, ensuring consistency in radiocarbon dating worldwide. But the camel was only part of the story. Deeper in the shelter, archaeologists uncovered finely crafted stone scrapers made from orange agate, a material prized for its glass-like fracture and razor-sharp edges. Crucially, this agate does not occur naturally in the basalt walls of the shelter. It had to be carried in, suggesting long-distance travel or trade networks and a sophisticated understanding of raw materials. One of these tools was subjected to residue analysis. Embedded within microscopic cracks in the stone were preserved proteins, bison blood. Protected from bacteria and sunlight, the residue had effectively fossilized. This was the smoking gun. The tool had been used to butcher large Ice Age game, likely Bison antiquus, the massive ancestor of today's buffalo. Another scraper, found even deeper beneath volcanic ash, reinforced the conclusion that humans occupied Rimrock Draw long before the eruption, and long before Clovis culture. The stratigraphy tells a clear story. According to the law of superposition, the deepest undisturbed layers are the oldest. The stone tools lie beneath the camel remains, meaning they predate even the 18,250-year-old camel. In archaeology, dates derived from animal remains provide a minimum age, and no later than marker. If the camel was already there 18,250 years ago, then the human activity below it must be older still. This places humans in Oregon during the height of the Last Glacial Maximum, when ice sheets were at their thickest and sea levels were hundreds of feet lower. In this harsh Ice Age world, people were hunting camels and bison, crafting tools from exotic materials, and repeatedly returning to the same shelter, clear evidence of long-term occupation rather than a brief stopover. Rimrock Draw now stands as the earliest known human occupation site in North America, predating Clovis culture by more than 5,000 years. Some researchers believe the site may ultimately prove to be even older, possibly approaching or exceeding 20,000 years. As excavation and analysis continue, each new discovery brings us closer to answering one of humanity's greatest questions. Who were the first Americans? And when did they truly call this continent home? Thank you for watching. If you found this discovery as fascinating as we did, consider liking the video, subscribing, sharing it with a fellow history enthusiast, and leaving your thoughts in the comments below. Until the next discovery, farewell.